Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Hey, Mama Knows Best, Patty G, Nanny, Jean MD, Christine, Luann, Miss Maggie May. Let me go ahead and put the link up. Anybody wants to come up can. Hold on. How's everybody doing? Okay. Everybody doing good tonight? Okay, there's the link for anybody, and I am going to try to pin that there, pin to the top. I don't know how to do that. I started. Okay. All right. Hey, Lawn Ornament. There's the link if you want to grab it. And Robin and Patty, if you want to come up. I don't know how to pin it, so I'm just going to keep posting it occasionally. All right. 1 minute. Oh, come on. Okay. All right. Whoever wants to come up is more than welcome to. Hey, Shot of Poison, Pigs on the Wing, Tiffany. Hey, how are you? All right. So I wanted to talk about, I guess you could say, the latest activities going on YouTube and Noodle Mash in Portland. But I first want to say to everybody, if you missed the last live, I wanted to apologize to anybody who's been blocked. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? I'm going outside, y'all. Can y'all hear me okay before I keep going? I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Ouch. Okay. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, good. All right. I wanted to let everybody know that the live before last, apparently a good 20 people were blocked, and I didn't know that they were. And I don't know how long they were blocked for, but right before the live, I saw that a bunch of people were blocked, and I unblocked them. And then when the live was over, hey, Milan. Oh, by the way, before I forget, anybody who's not modded that was a mod, please leave a comment, let me know, and I'll mod you, because it's easier to do it in the chat than to try to go in under the menu. So just say, hey, mod me, and I'll get you modded, because I know there's 2 or 3 people that have missed. But on the last live, they were there before, and then when the live was over, I went back, and they were all put back again. And I thought, well, what in the world's going on? Maybe I didn't hit the save button. So I fixed everything again, and then went to sleep. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and something said, let me check it. And I checked it. Everybody was right back on there again. And then I was like, oh, crap, I've got a rat for a mod. And I thought, I know it's not any of my girls. Every creator is very careful with what, who their mods are and all. And I just couldn't imagine who it was. So I put a post up saying, I know who you are, just kind of bluffing. But then the very next day, Robbie confesses that he hacked his mom's account, and knowing she had a wrench, and went under there and blocked anybody and everybody who talked crap about him. Pretty freaking juvenile, if you ask me. So it won't happen again, I'll put it that way. Hey, Kerm the Frog. Anybody, where, I don't know if Robin's in here. Patty, if you want to grab the link, come on up. Somebody come up here with me. Let me see. Who is it? Lawn Ornament, grab the link so you can come up. Let's talk. I don't like being up here by myself, guys. Yes, it does say a lot about him. Yes, it does. And I'm not pissed, but I'm irritated. I mean, he's 40 years old. How juvenile do you have to be to go hack into an account just to block people that talk shit about you under someone else's account? I mean, come on. Really? Is that the best he's got? Ugh. Mm. Hey, Firefly, Tara, Milan, do you want to be a mod? If you want to be a mod, I'll mod you. And let's see. I'm trying to think. I have a friend that I'm back in contact with, a friend of mine all the way back from high school, and I wanted to give a shout out to him. I don't have the link though to send him to watch, so I'm hoping he can find it on his own. Okay, there we go. All right, let me mod you. Let's see if I can do this. All right. Hmm. I thought I knew how to do it, Milan. When somebody else is up here with me, I will figure out how to get you modded. Because it's not, I'm on StreamYard, not YouTube. So once somebody's up with me, I'll jump out real quick and mod you and come back. Because anytime I get out of this screen, it kicks me off the live. And thank you, I appreciate that. Miss Bendover, how are you? So, all right, somebody's got to come up here. Lawn ornament, grab the link. I don't know. I'm just so new. I don't like being up here by myself. I really don't. It's weird because I only hear myself talking, and I feel like I'm talking to a wall when I'm up here alone. I got a big mouth, but I really am shy. All right, there's the link again. No, come on, lawn ornament. It's just like talking on the phone. It's just like talking on the phone. It really is. Once you do it, you'll see how fun it is. I love live streams. They're so much fun. They really are. Hey, Aquarium, Froggy, Pig is on the wing. I love that name. That's so cool. There was a cat name I saw the other day. I can't remember. Oh, it was Excuse Meow. I thought that was really neat. But yeah, so I wanted to clarify a couple things regarding Noodle. I tried to reach out to a couple other channels on YouTube. One of the lawyer channels, because I think at this point, I think, there's so many people saying one thing and so many people saying another that a lot of mistruths and rumors and whatnot, it's just the nature of the beast. It's gonna, a lot of wrong things are going to be said, and a lot of people are talking without full knowledge, and I don't want to be one of those people either. But one of the main things was Voices earlier had brought up that you can't sue people for money when they're on disability. Well, Noodle's biggest point is she's not suing for money. She's suing to be left alone. Doxing, Oregon's updated their doxing laws, and I think that they're starting to really come down heavy on people doxing other people and putting their safety and their families at risk. But Noodle has said from day one, it is not about money, and it never has been. She just wants Portland to stop talking about her. And, I think it's absolutely disgusting that someone should be forced to have to take someone to court to get them to shut up about them. She's 55 years old. Grow up already. And As far as legal aid, I don't want to talk on that. I know Noodle said that um, she doesn't qualify for it. They don't handle this kind of case, such as that. Yeah, protected class. Yeah, legal action with Miss P does not make her immune from internet crimes. Exactly, exactly. And I am so proud of Noodle. Hey, if anybody has a second, I don't know if they talked to Noodle or not, but let her know. I think I sent her a message that I was live. I would love to get her on panel to clarify a couple of things tonight that are going around. And I don't want to speak out of my butt. Oops, sorry. Miss Bendover, do you want to come up on panel? Y'all don't have to talk. Just being up here with me is great. And Gold Star Mom, if you're here, you can come on up. Cheryl, come on. Yeah, hey, Chroma Town, come on up. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. Just come up here with me. I feel like I'm talking to a wall. But as far as the lawsuit, I know it's a civil suit. I think I get the impression it's like a more of a small claims thing. Okay, Patty G's in the chat. Yeah, I've been asking her to grab the link. Where you at, Patty? And Robin, I don't know where Robin is, but yeah, grab the link, Patty, because I know you know a little more than I do, and I just want to get any of these rumors and untruths clarified. But I take it as a civil case. It's small claims kind of thing, and you know, the case is so simple. You just show your evidence. Miss Portland shows her evidence, and you only need 51% to win your case. You know, Noodle has 6 months of evidence. It was brought up earlier that, you know, if you keep picking at Portland, you know, keep, what's the word, poking her and poking her, she's going to attack back. Well, okay, fine, to a point, but how many months did Portland harass Neuromash unprovoked? I mean, we're talking 6 months of harassment, you know, unprovoked. Portland, look at what she said about Small Town Jewel. Look at what she said about Country Joe. Anytime that she got a chance to talk shit about anybody, she did, unprovoked. So, you know, Noodle has 1,000% evidence. So I don't see why she wouldn't be able to get some sort of a quote unquote online restraining order ordering Portland to not speak about her again. And this is where I don't know, but I would think that if the judge did order her to not speak of her online, and she does, that is when I think the police would get involved and she would be arrested for violating a court order. I don't know. But I'm gonna find a lawyer and one of the lawyer channels, and hopefully in the next day or two, I can get a channel up here, a lawyer channel, or have plans for one, you know, in the next week to come up, because I want to, you know, stop untruths, you know, as soon as we can. Yeah, and deleting Cotton Candy Hay, and deleting her videos. Yeah, and turning comments off. You know, I mean, how childish can you be to turn your comments off? You can dish it out, but you can't take it. You know, she can say whatever the hell she wants and then delete her videos and keep her comments off. You know, that's a total bitch move. Total bitch move. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, she's more than many times said she's aware of what she's doing. She knows what she's saying. You know, she may lack some self-awareness, but she's completely aware of what she's doing and saying. I don't care what anybody says. Hey, where's Mustang Sally? There. Hey, love, how are you? How are you? I've been waiting and waiting to see you, to say hi. I stopped doing my videos on Miss Nasty because, oh, yeah, taking a toll. Yeah, you had to stop. Definitely, definitely. I hope you're feeling a lot better. I hope you're doing a lot better, too. I know one day you were in Noodle's chat and you weren't doing very well, so I've been keeping you in my prayers. Glitter Princess. She's going to try and use her mental illness. Right, right. Well, honestly, I'm not a doctor, but I am a nurse, and I really thought that Portland was bipolar, and she may still be, but her biggest thing was before, um, she would get pissed off and go on her hate tirade and start drinking. Nobody trusts me. I hate all of you, wishing COVID on Granny's children, wishing everybody the worst, horrible 2022. I mean, just the most vile things. And then small town Jewel bashing on her. I mean, she stays in the hospital with heart problems. I mean, how much colder can you be? That's like as cold can be. And she just not give a shit. And then look at what she said about my son. My God, you know, it just, you can't tell me she doesn't know what she's saying. And then Lycan takes her wrench away, and she's fine. She doesn't go on a hate-filled tirade. And then a couple of days after that, there was some kind of hiccup. But in the last 30 days alone, she has shown 100% that she can and does control her behavior. And in those 30 days was her birthday, and I am convinced that she kept her behavior in line and didn't do or say, horrible things because she didn't want to miss out on any donations or birthday presents. It was so glaringly obvious. It's like somebody offered her a substantial amount of money, and then it didn't come through the next day, and she said in that live stream, "Oh, you said you were going to make a donation to me. Where is it?" All she cares about is the money. I know that somebody said they had a birthday present for her and they were blocked. So if they could unblock her to get the address to send the presents to, and she instantly unblocked her, well, that wasn't the real deal. They were making a point. She's only after the money and what people can give her. And it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And my whole point on her artwork is all of her craft supplies were given to her by the kindness of others. When you have a canvas art and you're charging $30, $40, $50, and then you want a ridiculous $20 shipping on top of it, I don't know about the donors, but most people can't afford $50 or $70 in artwork to buy. And I really feel like, yeah, okay, you can charge whatever you want for your artwork, but it's taking advantage. As far as me, if that was me, I would have offered free artwork to the donors and asked for the actual cost of shipping. Because that's just not okay. It's not appropriate. And it's not being grateful for what people have done for her. I mean, she's just grab. So, I think the donors should get a free choice of artwork or resin keychain or whatever. Uh, I don't know what happened, and it hit my husband's phone and my tablet, and it actually made whatever. Sell near as much if your prices are too high. Bag, $20. Give me a break. It was just insane. Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, I'm cutting in and out. Crap. Hold on. goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. It totally glitched out. Let me connect my headset, my earbud. I can't believe this. 1 second, guys. Okay. All right. Come on. There we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Can y'all hear me now? I am so sorry. I don't know what in the world is going on with Verizon. Oh, hey, Gold Star. All right, let me post. Can y'all grab the link, Gold Star or Patty or both of y'all? So in case I go out again, y'all can hold the fort. I am so sorry, guys. Okay, you can hear me. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't scare you. I don't know what it is. I've never had any problems, but last Saturday, like I said, his phone and my tablet, it just reset out of nowhere, and then it wouldn't get online. Now my husband's phone is online, but I can't. My tablet's not online. It's insane. I'll probably have to call him and ask him. Sometimes I know like accidents or thunderstorms will knock things out, but I don't think that's what's going on. Hey, Holly. All right, let me post the link and bring somebody up. And I'm trying to pick up where I left off. So all right. So talking about, the crafts and all that. But okay. All right. Good night, guys. All right. So now Miss Portland has this thing up saying, oh, she needs a $5,000 retainer and transportation and this, that, and the other. Well, she can go to court via Zoom. And I actually had somebody comment under that it is, in fact, 100%. You can pick Zoom or you can go in person. No, I'm not in Florida. Bend over. I used to be. And yeah, the weather is crazy. I lived there when the 6 hurricanes came through back to back. Okay, hang on. Patty, I'm adding you now. Goodness gracious. Hey, love, how are you? Patty.
Hey, Archives, I'm here. I'm here.
Patty.
I'm here.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn my volume up. Oh, 1 second. I'm just not tech savvy at all, am I? Okay, say something, Patty.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know. Can chat here, Patty? I can't. Patty, say something.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's me or what. I can try to can y'all hear Patty? You can? Okay, let me step out for a second and come right back. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let me try that. That's all I know to do. All right. Okay. All right. How's that? Patty, say something.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, my earbuds disconnected. That's what happened. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. I'm only 46 and I'm just not techie anymore. Goodness. All right, let me try to reconnect them. But go ahead with what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Are you talking to me? I just got here. I wasn't saying
Oh,
anything.
sorry. Okay. All right, well, start talking. Help me out here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not going to connect to the earbuds now. That's okay. That's fine. I just got on speakerphone.
are you having
So,
storms there or something?
say it again.
Are you having storms?
Yeah, we are. It's really cloudy now, so I think that's all it is. So, um, one little hiccup in the weather, and it'll do this, I think. Florida and Indiana are notorious for bad internet connection. So, okay, hold on. Oh, I thought, okay. If anybody else wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, Miss Piggy Schwartz, 5,000 plus expenses. I mean, if that's just not an outright total money grab, I don't know what the hell is. And just to get on there, and it's the entitlement. When she made those videos, like, she expects people to help her, and I'm like, it's not our problem. And you said your uncle was going to foot the bill, right? I mean, she made a big, stink about, well, my uncle's a judge and he was in the OJ case and blah, 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 and he's going to help me out. Well, how many times has she said in videos that both sides of the family wrote their asses off after their son was taken away?
Well, it turns out that's not her uncle. She did say in one video that was her dad's friend.
Okay. See, I knew there was something more to it. Well, see, she doesn't realize she shoots herself in the foot every time. Every time she comes back with something like that, she doesn't think ahead of, well, what happens if it doesn't come through or whatever. Well, by her saying her uncle's going to foot the bill, why would anybody donate?
Yeah. Well, I found a video that she said that was her dad's friend, and his name is Cecil Mills, and he did the arraignment. Is all he did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't believe it from the get-go anyway. I mean, anytime her mouth is open, she lies. Every single thing she has said, she has proven herself in another video to be a lie. She said that, I really don't want to get on the subject of her son, because I just don't like talking about, kids in general. I only want to have to, but, I'm not attacking her son or anything like that. But, she said that, they took him for medical reasons. Well, if they took him for medical reasons, they're not going to try to terminate your rights. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times they try to terminate their rights. And Oregon does not terminate parental rights. So for the state to try to do that 3 times screams volumes. That is just huge.
Well, I don't know why she thinks she needs all this money. She doesn't even need a lawyer. She said she's got all these videos of Noodle doing hate videos. She's got all these comments that she screenshot about hate. And then yesterday she stands in front of a police officer and lies to him.
Oh, I know.
And said Noodle just got off live saying that she's not going to let up on me until I am cold and dead on the ground. This is the second time she has lied to law enforcement.
Yeah. It's just every time she talks, it's just more evidence for Noodle. More evidence. She's got 6 months of evidence, and every time Portland says she's attacking her, she's not. I mean, for God's sake, she hasn't even called her one bad name yet. God knows I can't do that.
Well, that's all we've been hearing is that Noodle keeps making all these hate videos, and she's got all the screenshots. So my advice to Ms. Portland would be to take these hate videos that you've been running everywhere around YouTube talking about, and take them to the judge, because we haven't seen them, because there is none.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Gold Star, come on up. Hey, love, how are you?
Good. How you all doing this evening?
Hey, Go Star.
Hey.
I am so sorry about earlier. My husband had just got home and I went back and I listened and I was like, oh my God, I was so pushy on your live. And I am
Oh no,
so
you're fine.
sorry.
Absolutely fine, hon.
I am so sorry. I feel horrible. I
No,
was on
you
her live earlier, Patty, and she had Nicole up and I was doing the talking and she wanted to bring Nicole into the conversation and I just blurted out, hang on, I just got one more thing and then I go. It just it was so rude. I'm so sorry.
no, you're fine. You weren't being rude.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
I don't think Nicole took it that way either. So
okay. All right. Well, I just listened to it and I was like, "Oh my God." I felt like I was Portland. I felt like I was pulling on Portland. I'm sorry.
you felt
Derailing
like
your
you were spamming the panel.
yeah. Yeah, I felt like I was derailing everything.
No, you're quite all right.
uh
So
so
what
I'm
you got
sorry.
going on tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, Patty was talking. She was saying about Portland. Yeah, the calling the cops. That they know her by first name. They've got to. They know her by first name basis and they've got to know by all the phone calls, what the real deal is.
Well, yesterday
And
when they showed up, and Walter was out there, and he said, "I'd know if she posted anything like that. I watch everything she does." And then Miss Portland comes out the door and said, "Yeah, I posted it." So
yeah, right, I know.
so
And she have you noticed when she does the wanting to check out, y'all call it on a live and I call it checking out. When she tries that, it's normally Walter's not home when she does that. I've noticed that.
it does,
So,
but it doesn't matter if she's there or not. She's gone into some of her really,
yeah,
really bad spiraling down, and he's sitting right there playing his Xbox.
exactly.
We've seen him in the
Exactly.
background, so he's.
Can I interrupt for a second, Portland?
Yeah.
Shalma said that let me go back to her comment here. That Broken Justice is not a mod.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That's the perfect time to grab my tablet. I can mod people from my tablet. Yeah, I had a glitch out again. Gold Star, I had another glitch out, and even on his hotspot, I couldn't even get back online. So let me see if I can do that
Mine
now.
was taking forever to log in.
Wait a second.
You-
Let's grab that. I'm gonna try it on here. But yeah, go ahead. Let me do that while y'all talk.
Peggy K, you got a point there. I think he does watch everything she does.
You would think, I don't know if you've mentioned this or not, but I think that the police station probably has a file on her.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
I can see him flipping a coin to see who's going to make the next run to the loon.
I can see them looking at each other when the call comes in, like,
It's your turn.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hang on. All right.
Hello, Green Eyes.
Okay. All right, let me go back. Where is okay, there's Broken Justice. Okay. All right. And then who else was a mod
Broken
that
Justice.
wants to wrench back? Okay, there's Milan. Okay. Okay. All right, I think I have everybody. Is anybody else want to be a mod that isn't one? Just let me know. I've got my tablet. I can mod anybody that I know.
I have to ask Chromatown something. Where did you send the video, Chromatown? I keep missing your comments. Where is she?
Well, thank you for being here, Ron.
If anybody sees where Chromatown gives me a comment, let me know.
Okay.
I'm going back and forth with her about. She sent me a video and I can't find it.
Okay. I'm going to jump out for 1 second, come right back because I'm trying to get my earbuds to start working because I can hear so much better than when it's on loudspeaker. So I will be right back, guys.
Cool.
Okay.
So what's been going on with you, Patty?
I just came home from puppy school.
Oh,
I have a really good class this time, though. It's for 6 weeks. It's a good class.
my puppy's answering you. Did you hear that?
Mine are being quiet. For the
She's
moment.
growling at something. She's sensing something out there.
No.
What is it? What is it? No, they're being good. They were just laying down right beside me, and then she must have heard something.
All right, I'm back. I think the cops are too nice given what they know her. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't 5150 her because I do know that one time she posted those coffin pics. Someone had commented that they were the ones that called and the cop had asked for proof that she was indeed threatening it. And you know, as awful as a coffin pic is, I don't understand why they don't 5150 them. So I just take it as unless they're getting ready to jump off a bridge and, you know, a team has to come in and talk them down, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, well, she pretty well admitted this last time, and she said, "Yes, I made that statement because she just made a live that she wanted me cold and dead in the ground, or she wasn't going to let up, and so I thought maybe that's what I should do." So I don't understand it either.
I don't either. But, you know, I truly believe, you know, just being a nice person, I'm not being hateful or anything. She really does need inpatient care.
Absolutely.
I mean, she really does for her own health, her own goodness. I mean, look, I don't like Miss Portland. I know a lot of people don't like her. I don't hate the woman. I really do honestly want to see her succeed. But the reality is YouTube, she's just not built for YouTube. It's not an appropriate place for her and her personality. I think, you know, if she really honestly gave it a shot, you know, Facebook or something, or maybe what's the name of that one? Not Patreon, but the other one.
Twitch.
Twitch, yeah, somewhere like that. I mean, I don't know any of those sites.
Or
But
she just was out of the trauma community, because in the trauma community or drama community, you have to have thick skin, which she does not.
Right, right,
So,
exactly. Yeah, you're right. I think she would do great in the craft community. You know, I mean, even if she would just stop cutting everybody off so much, would mean be a big improvement. I think that gets a lot of people. I know it irritates the shit out of me just hearing it.
well, she must have got a lot of attention all these years, because, or been the center of attention, because it shows when she's here on YouTube that she's always been the center of attention, because
Well,
that's what
this is
she's
what's worked for her for
right.
55
Yeah.
years. This is what's worked for her.
Right, right. Yeah, and this whole bit with Noodle wants to see her dead. I mean, but just being so over dramatic to the
Yeah.
point of being unreasonable. If she wasn't so unreasonable, people could tolerate her. But she's just got to be so extra. But like you said, it's always worked for her. And you know, she's shown enough of herself that everybody's getting to know her enough and realize, you know, with all her lies, she's lying about her medical conditions. I don't doubt for a second that she has borderline personality disorder, because how she mocked Natasha and wants to be just like her, that is a classic sign of borderline personality. And it looks like histrionic personality disorder is pretty fitting as well. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not trying to diagnose her, but if she does have bipolar, it's very mild, very mild. Because if she had true bipolar, you know, she would have lost her shit after Lycan took that wrench.
Well, I can say from my experience with Mrs. Portland, like I said, I was friendly to her for many, many months and spoke to her daily on the phone. And she was perfectly normal on the phone with me. We had very, you know, intelligent conversations. She was never rude to me, but I also didn't baby her. I treated her like an equal. So
All right.
I'm not sure if you know. I think it's just YouTube. Like, because
Mhm.
behind the scenes on the phone, she is perfectly normal and fine, in my opinion.
Right. Right. Yeah, she's not fitted for any platform. Yeah, and she is an abuser. She's a big bully. She is a very big bully. And yeah, she's trying to make Noodle feel guilty, you're right. But that's all she's got. I mean, she literally has nothing to support her end of the deal. She's just a nasty, cold, hateful woman, who has a dead, centuries old, ice cold heart, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, she almost smiled when she said that, to me through her video. I can go visit my son, at least I can go visit my son. I mean, who the fuck says that? I mean, she almost
Yeah.
got off on it. She talks about everybody getting their jollies and their orgasms. Tell me she ain't getting her fucking rocks off saying that shit. Come on.
Well, that's,
No,
I keep going back to her. She has never shown any empathy. She says the
Mhm.
words, or she'll start to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," but she deeply does not have any empathy or compassion for
And you know what?
people.
You know what that's called? A sociopath. A psychopath is born that way. A sociopath becomes that way. I do. I am convinced she's a sociopath. She is incapable of having any empathy, sympathy, or understanding of anyone else's feelings. She says she understands, but it's just like she says she owns her shit. No, she doesn't. If she
No.
owned it, she would try better and try harder. And it's just the same wash, rinse, repeat cycle over and over.
Can I answer Cheryl Lutt's question?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
asked me what she was asking what happened between myself and Mrs. Portland. Well,
Oh,
Mrs. Portland had never done anything to me personally. She was always very kind and respectful to me. Um, I started hearing more and more about Noodle Mash, and I went over to Noodle Mash's channel and watched that video that she had made. And so I apologized to Noodle because I was going after Noodle because of Mrs. Portland. And Mrs. Portland really did not like the fact that I went over and because I'd made a public apology to Noodle Mash. So she really didn't like that. And then I had to walk away from Mrs. Portland also because of the way that she was treating people. Because I don't treat people that way and I can't be associated with people that treat people that way. So,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, um, I I don't like sitting here talking about her, because I do feel like I'm bashing on her, but I'm so headstrong about making sure the newbies and the people that don't know about her. I mean, the one guy commented and told me I saved him $500. He didn't know about her. I mean, it's just, it's if she wasn't a grifter, it wouldn't be so bad. She got $490 last month, plus God knows how much in cash apps, had all those birthday presents. She spent the entire $490, and less than a week later, she couldn't pay a $177 electric bill. From what I can tell, the only bill she has is the Xfinity cable, cell phone, and surveillance system, an electric bill. The state pays for everything else. What bills are there? There's
well,
no excuse for not having money for that bill. Go ahead.
because she overspent on her craft supplies.
Exactly. She can't manage money for nothing, and she can't hang on to it for more than 5 minutes. Twice I've seen her in Lycan's chat where somebody gave her a donation and they said, "Hey, did you get the donation?" And then she checks and she says, and then she comes back, "Okay, I just ordered more supplies from Amazon." The second she gets money, it's gone.
Yeah. Are you doing an open panel tonight?
Sure, I'm up for it if you guys don't mind.
Because I know Penguin and Pals was asking in the chat if it was an open panel.
Yeah, anybody can come up. I like open panel. I do, because I want to give everybody a chance to express how they feel, and make their feelings known.
Right.
I'm just pro team. I don't see my channel as my channel. I see it as our channel.
Oh,
It's going to take teamwork to get this accomplished.
hey, Archives, can you check? I'm gonna step down for a minute, but can you check your messenger on YouTube Streets?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
And I just want to say publicly too, Mrs. Portland, if you're listening to this, I will always have a special place in my heart for you because you were very good to me. But your behaviors have got to change. You can't keep going down this road and treating people this way and lying about people. It's not appropriate. And you're going to have more friends if you just be yourself. I mean, you don't have to lie or make up things to get friends. That's all I wanted to say. I want her to know that there are people out here that care very much about her, but we can't align with her because of her behaviors.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's like I was saying. I mean, I do wish her the best. I don't like to see people, in mental distress or not getting along with people. I know that has to be. I know it doesn't feel good. Nobody feels good when they're at war with everybody. But if she would just make some effort and long-term effort, I think she could figure it out. At least people would be willing to work with her, but she won't own any of her mistakes. She expects everybody to fix her problems. She just doesn't take any responsibility at all.
Right. And I think that's where a therapist, I don't even know if she sees a therapist, to be honest, because if she is a therapist, she needs a new one, in other words, because the therapist is not doing their job.
Exactly. Well, I think if she does, she's sure as hell not saying one word about YouTube. Clear as day, she's not. I don't think she mentions anything about YouTube.
Maybe, yeah, perhaps.
Well, I know somebody said that when she was with Kim and Crafton, I know Kelly was up there. Kelly Cares. Kelly was up there, helping her out and explaining her side and, different aspects about mental illness and stuff. But they had said that her therapist actually came onto a live stream one time, but I can't find it anywhere.
No, I don't think that was. I don't know who that lady was. I remember that. I remember that stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I honestly don't think it was her real life therapist. I'm not sure who the woman was.
Yeah, it was Kelly Cares. She's got her own channel, and she'll make videos talking to Portland. But yeah, I don't know if they thought she was her therapist or what. But yeah, I haven't seen anybody other than Kelly. So, and
I mean,
Kelly,
I try to help her, but I'm not a counselor, or I just try to be a friend to Mrs. Portland because I saw that she had some issues getting friends. So
right.
I just have a soft spot in my heart for, people such as Mrs. Portland.
Oh yeah, definitely. Cheryl, who's back and who? Let me go back. I'm trying to keep up with chat, but when I talk, I always look away. Yeah, she definitely needs professional help. She does. I mean, she's 55 years old, but she's got a mentality of a 10-year-old. I mean, for God's sake, she stuck her tongue out. What was it, 6 months ago?
And that may be part of her mental illness.
I think so. Because, I mean, she is a smart woman. She might have been in remedial courses where she might not have kept up at the pace of a normal student, but she's not dumb or challenged anyway like that. It might take her a little longer, but I mean, hell, she's one smart woman and very manipulative.
Yeah, I can tell she's very smart, just by speaking to her on the phone. And the thing about Mrs. Portland is behind the scenes, she was always more concerned about me and my feelings than she was about me tending to her feelings.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She always made sure that I was okay.
Yeah. I hope Noodle. I'm hoping I can pull it up on my old tablet. My tablet that's broken. I have the video of her saying Noodle was the only one that didn't bully her. So I think it's next Friday. I've got an appointment to take my tablet in to get the screen repaired so I can get that video and the pictures of her where she pooed in the toilet and said that was hers.
No, it wasn't. I was talking to her at that time. She told me she got the picture off of Google.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
she claimed it as hers, and that's the point. It's too late now. She claimed it as hers.
Yeah, just like with the I did hear the stream where she had said that Noodle didn't bully her. I think Mrs. Portland goes back and forth a lot on things. You know, we've seen that behavior as far as if she's mad at you, she's gonna attack you. But if you're friendly with her, she's gonna take back everything that she said about you and put you in a positive light.
Yes, yeah, it's so agitating. That's why I was hoping when her and Noodle made that truce, I would not have made that truce until I had written or verbal statements saying, no, you didn't bully me, and I did lie, and all of that. I would have gotten that on record before I made any truce. Hold on 1 second. Oh, sorry, hold on. Okay, I won't. All right. Sorry, my son got it. Hold on, guys. Stop, Logan.
I agree, Milan. Yeah, the lies have got to stop. You know, she can get on here and she could, you know,
Love you.
if I was her friend, I knew Mrs. Portland could have a great channel just because she has the personality. I think if she unlocked everybody and let people, trolls or whatever, say what they wanted to in her chat, and then she went back at them, that would be good entertainment. But the lies is the biggest thing. You can't lie on people and get away with it.
Right. Penguin, if you click on this link that I post, just click on it and that's all you got to do. Hang on, let me post it. And all you got to do is click on it and hit enter studio. Come on. There. Okay. All right, click that link, Penguin, and then I'll get the notification and all you have to do is enter the stream and you'll be able to talk. Yeah, you were the very last supporter she had, Goldstar. And I remember
creators, yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't a creator at that time, so
yeah. And I remember for months, I'm like, God, you know, how can I reach her to show her the truth? You know, everybody sees it but her. And I'm like, you know, I don't want to I feel sneaky by going to people individually and saying, look, you really don't know the truth, you know, because everybody shoots the messenger.
Well, I saw, you know, along the way, I saw things that shot up red flags for me. But Mrs. Portland always told me that everybody in her life has turned their back on her. So I wanted to be that one person in her life that wouldn't turn my back on her.
Right.
So I tried to hang in there until everybody kind of like put me with Mrs. Portland. And I didn't want people to think that I was that same type of person because I'm not. And hello, Tevi. Good to see you.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And I'm the same way as you. But you know, she's just, and the thing that gets me also is like the other day I mentioned in the last stream, when she had it out with Lycan, then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, Country Joe, I'm sorry, Sally Ann. You know, that's not genuine. You're just doing that to try to get back at Lycan. You know, everything is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I've tried to keep in mind that anytime we deal with her, it's a 10-year-old mentality. But at the end of the day, she wants to act like a grown adult, then we're going to hold her a grown adult, you know?
That's why I don't think that she should be in this community.
Exactly.
Because people in this community are cutthroat. They will hold her accountable. And
yeah,
I don't
they should.
You know, I don't think it's healthy for Mrs. Portland, even though she does what she does. I don't think it's healthy for her mental health to get the attacks. I'm not saying that they're not warranted, a lot of them. I'm just saying that I think it makes it worse.
Right. I agree. And, you know, it's not our job to get her off of here, but when you're almost forced to have to deal with her, yeah, people are going to try to push her out. And we had her there. Like I said, we had her 95% there. We had her pushed into a corner, ready to go. And Portland Andy, he didn't get a restraining order, but I think he came really close to it. But what he did, he got him and all his subs to just troll her. And he trolled her until she left. And I really felt like that was going to be what did it. We had her cornered, and then boom, Natasha jumped in and grabbed her. And we're back to square one again. So as long as Natasha and Hooker are friends with her, it's hopeless. As long as one person backs her.
I can say that Natasha keeps a tight rein on Mrs. Portland. So in that sense, it's good that she's with Natasha and not somebody else, because Natasha will not accept the things that Mrs. Portland dishes out.
Well, that's good to know. Well, she can keep her over there with her in her corner of YouTube and let her stay there. As long as she stays there,
So out of anybody over here on this side of the community, I think that for Mrs. Portland to be with Natasha is probably the best thing, because Natasha will rein it in. Natasha won't allow her to misbehave in her chat or on her panel.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, I mean, if she can keep her occupied and keep her happy, with whatever YouTube addiction she has, whatever she needs, whatever on YouTube, that's great. Just keep her out of our community. She is working with, I'm sorry, bottom of the class therapists that usually work for CPS for the mentally handicapped. They're not very good at what they do. Yeah, and each counselor, you have to get along with them, and yeah, you have to hope they know what they're doing to begin with. I know that the Suboxone doctors around here, a lot of them make the patients, I'm on Suboxone. The doctor that I go to, I have to see a counselor at least once a month. And it helps, staying clean and keeping your sobriety and all. I've been clean 11 years now.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. And that's one thing that always made me so mad with Robbie is, he tried to say that, I bashed his sobriety. No, I never bashed his sobriety. Not once. Why would I do that when I've been there myself? I got hooked on pain pills when I first got sick. I ended up getting hooked on them, and then shit was bad. That's how we ended up in Indiana, because I had so many medical problems. I was basically bedbound for 3 years. I couldn't do anything, and he couldn't take care of me and the kids. So we moved to Indiana to get help from his parents. And that's when I found out about Suboxone, and I got my life back. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Suboxone. I can tell you that.
Well, that's very good.
Yeah. And Suboxone has been a lifesaver for, I guarantee you, millions of people. Millions of people. Because I
don't know that too much, drugs and stuff. I do know my ex-husband was alcoholic, so I know about that. As far as drug addiction, I don't know, but I can sympathize with you on
that. Right. And I certainly don't bash his boyfriend either. I've dated women before I was married. I dated 3 different women. I thought that's what I wanted. It ended up not, but I have no problem with people being gay at all. And when I lived in Florida, all my friends were gay. I had they're some of the best friends I've ever had. I tell you, gay people, they are so much fun. I never had more fun in my life than I did when all my friends in college, especially college, they're the best people to hang out with.
Well, I'm truly hoping that you and Robbie can work it out, because I like both of you. So,
well, we're supposed to. Lycan's holding a referee session tomorrow at 1:00, and yeah, I would like to have a truce with Robbie, but I already emailed him once and made a truce with him, and I'll be more than glad to show the email if I can ever learn how to share my screen. I'll wait, but I can make a community post. But I went to him once already and told him, look, I will stop being best friends with Joan. And I did stop talking to Joan because I said I would never come between a mother and her son. And if Robbie has such an issue with me being friends with her, then I will walk away. That's just the right thing to do. And at the end of the day, I'm always going to lose. Your son is number one, and I know that, you know. So I was willing to give up the friendship to, to get him talking to his mom again. And he agreed to it. I emailed him and I said, look, I'll stop talking to your mom, and then you can work things out, just long, a good page letter. And he wrote back and he said, agreed. Okay. And then he turned around and broke it by telling me in a video that he hacked into his mom's account knowing she had a wrench and blocked all the people that talked shit about him. How fucking juvenile can you be? Really? You go in and block people because they talk shit about you? This is the real world. Not everybody's gonna like you, you know? So it's like, he broke the truce. So why? And then he just did this just last Saturday. It's not even been a week. So why would I ever believe that he's willing to do a second truce and hold it?
Well, maybe doing it, maybe not this isn't really face to face, but it kind of is. Maybe doing it on a panel with a person who's, in the middle would be beneficial rather than doing text messages or emails.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That way the two of you can talk it out. And I would advise Lycan to turn off the chat when he does it as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's probably not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Because I think that would get distracting to both of you. And I think the purpose of you doing it is so that the two of you can resolve whatever issues that you have.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, that's the words I was trying to look for, distracting. I mean, I'll give it a shot. And I mean, the thing that just gets my goat though is, he has this tracking service and he tracked my IP address. He got my personal information by a troll email. He emailed me as a troll. I mean, the lengths that he's gone to just because I said to him, you're never going to know who I am. As soon as I said that, he sends an email and then he tracks my IP address and, holds the thought of doxing me over my head for over 2 weeks. It's been a month now. I don't know from one day to the next, is he going to fucking put it out there or not? And as far as Portland having my info, okay, somebody said in chat to reassure me that she doesn't, but I don't know if I believe that.
Patty's backstage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. Hang on. Okay.
Take care, Dee. See you.
All right.
Hey.
There. Sorry.
Archives. I got here a little bit late. I was trying to get your attention, and if you don't mind me saying,
No, go for it.
I think that you and Robbie and Lycan should have this chat or discussion or whatever, but I don't think this is the time for it, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll always be willing to talk.
But, and I'll just give my opinion here is,
Sure.
When there's a mom involved, you have to step away from it. You just do.
Right. And I realize that. Yeah. I mean, that was a source of a lot of anger for him. And I realized that,
I mean, I don't know her as well as you do. And she seems to be a really pleasant lady, but it's still his mother. And they're just, I think it could cause more of a problem than not. So,
right.
But I just think the Lycan and Robbie situation, maybe not this panel is a good time for it.
Okay. All right.
That's not true, Nivea.
Say it again.
I said I hope what Nivea said is not true.
Yeah. Hopefully. So there is one thing though. I don't want to I don't want to blow anything set out of the water, but she did message me today, and she changed her username, and it's Blue Sky now. She did ask that I announce on my panel that she changed her name to Blue Sky because she's got friends that have known her for years, and they don't think that it's her because I guess they know she's not tech savvy or whatever, but she was able to change her name. So she wanted me to let everybody know that that is her, Blue Sky, if they see her in the comment section. So, okay, next topic. Um, I don't know if you heard, Patty. I'm trying to find someone who's familiar with harassment cases and cease and desist. I'm trying to find a lawyer to come on panel that can clarify what's legal and not legal. And I think the video that you made really helped out as far as the validity of things and that Oregon's tightening down on doxing laws and such as that.
Yeah, they do seem to be. And I would just say, from my own experience, I have gone through a cease and desist. It was to a person on social media, it was Facebook, and also a disabled person, but smart enough to, do some damage. And I did a cease and desist. Well, I've had two. I did end up going to court with one, and the person was told by the judge it was ordered to stay off of social media, off of Facebook, and could no longer speak of me or about me or my business or anything like that. So, and I haven't had any further problems from that. The other cease and desist was just that. It was a warning. If you continue, I'm going to proceed with this, and therefore that ended it.
Okay. Okay. Well,
But that's, I'm sure it's different from state to state, but
right.
I think it's basically just a warning, isn't it?
Yeah,
Before
the cease and desist,
yeah.
you can write them out by yourself. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need anything involved. You should have it certified that, proof that they received it. But what it is giving a warning. If you continue with this, I'm going to pursue legal means, because, and the courts really want to see that. They don't want the court system clogged up with nonsense cases. If you've tried to work this out on the outside, and basically the ones I've written, I put 10 days to respond. I know you've received it because I had it certified, but 10 days, either you're going to continue with this behavior or it's going to end. And in most cases, it ends. People get that and they're like, all right, I'm done.
Right.
Like I said, I've had one that proceeded and kept on, not only to me, but several people. And it was someone, I would say, probably schizophrenic. I think that was actually her diagnosis, but it didn't matter. That doesn't play into this kind of behavior when you're damaging someone online. So, but they did receive an order to stay off of the social media that I'm on and can't speak of me. And it's, it's been like 2 years, and I've never had another issue.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of that is what's their way of getting around it. If they didn't really were psycho and didn't want to stop, they would come up with a troll name and start trolling you under a different name. And how do you prove it's them? I mean, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because you can't you can't stop them if they don't want to. And you just, by the grace of God, hope that they do. I mean, I just can't imagine being in that situation. It's scary. I mean, I know how it feels to, have my personal information out above my head. I didn't get any fucking sleep for a good 2 weeks, and it's always in the back of my mind, because over in the true crime community, there was one creator who had to move. Benny Keys is a known doxer and, goes real life. And I know a creator had to move, and it can get really, really scary. And people were coming and knocking on our window at 3:00 in the morning and, throwing rocks and doing all kinds of stuff. So I'm just been on high alert, and it's exhausting every day. I'm always eyeballing the surveillance cameras. A year ago, somebody tried to break into our house, and it was a um, known meth head running around our neighborhood, and he tried breaking in, and it took the cops 20 minutes to get here because of all the construction. They're turned the road that goes by where I live, they're turning into a interstate, so they had all hell trying to get in here where I live. So, and I keep a loaded gun in every room of the house. I do carry, and I know that, but it's just never knowing. It does get to you. So I notice that I watch the cameras a lot throughout the day, going in and out of the bedroom and stuff. And nobody should have to live like that. They really shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't.
So I'm hoping that gets I can get some kind of a real assurance that that won't be an issue after tomorrow. Without going back on that topic, that's one thing that I hope to accomplish tomorrow, is getting that worry off my mind. So, but anyways, I'm babbling.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, 20 minutes, TV. 20 minutes. Yes, ma'am. 20 minutes. And I can tell you, I will much rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6 any given day. Any given day. I'm home a lot by myself. And then the kids come home from school. We were huddled in the bathroom, in the shower, with the shower door shut. And my kids were screaming because he was bashing in our back door. He broke 3 windows and was bashing in our back door when I was on the call with the cops. And at that time, we didn't have a gun in every room of the house. And the key to the locked closet was in the kitchen. And I couldn't get to the kitchen to get the fucking key to get a gun. And from that day on, I said, it'll never happen again. I've always been within reach of a gun. But, with the kids getting older, they know, don't touch them. We teach gun safety all the time. We're getting ready to take them, to practice. My dad, that was one of the things he did, was he taught me how to aim and shoot. And, education is key, keeping things locked up and also teaching your kids.
Yeah, I never had guns in the house when my children were growing up. I have one now, but just because one of my children, had anxiety and depression and stuff. So when he was growing up, so I didn't feel safe having a gun in the house.
Right. Well, the kids know they're put up. They don't know where they're at, but there's no way in hell they can ever get to them. I'll put it that way. There's no way they could ever get to them. And yeah, if I had any problems like that, yeah, I would probably change the way that I do things. Just make sure they're locked up, but where I can get to them. We're gonna, we're looking to move here really soon. So I think when we move, I think what I'll do is maybe get a lockbox in every room type thing with a fingerprint access or something. That they have safes, little small safes now that you can open with your fingerprint. That's not too expensive.
Who is this? I'm sorry, I must have missed the whole thing. Who is this that's after you?
Oh, it was a meth head in the neighborhood that had tried to break in a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what made us get the surveillance cameras. That's what made us get the cameras. Yeah, it was terrifying. My kids were literally screaming. It's the most terrifying thing I've ever been through. And I had my house broke into when I was 18. My freaking best friend robbed my house while she had me babysit her kid half a mile away at 18. And anything that could be plugged in and any jewelry, she got it. And then I found out like 6 months later. And of course, they got a slap on the hand. So, but yeah, once somebody breaks into your house and violates your what's the word? Your private, starts with an S. What do you call it? Your personal space, whatever. somebody breaks in, it changes everything. It really does.
I can't imagine the house. We did have a person. Hold on one second. My son's calling me. Hold on one second.
Okay. Patty, you ever had anything like that happen to you?
I sure have. I've had 2 home invasions.
Wow.
And, one of them is still in a South Florida prison. I was home both times.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm listening. Hold on one second. Hey, I'm on my live stream. Hold on, Patty. Okay, sorry, that was my brother.
Oh.
We're all getting phone calls. Oh,
No,
so like I was saying, I had somebody break it. Okay, I didn't even know the girl had broken my garage, and I think she was also on drugs. And so the next day, I was out. It was my neighbor's daughter. So I was outside talking to my neighbor, and the daughter was like, "Yeah, I was in your garage the other night." And I just confronted the girl right there, like she was grown, but I was like, "Why were you in my garage?" You know. So I mean, I confronted her in a way that she knows to never go in my garage again. And she never did after that. You know, she was very apologetic, but she said she went in there because she was scared someone was chasing her or something. But then she couldn't elaborate anymore on it. So I'm thinking, yeah, she was on drugs or something.
Right. How many's in the box right now? 43. Okay. When it goes to 44, my brother's in-house. I don't know if he'll say hi or not. 41 now. Right. When my house was broke into, it was dead middle of summer, and when I came home from babysitting her son, my front door had been left open, and Scratchy Cat was standing at the door going meow, 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 and she just kept meowing and meowing, and the door's open, air conditioning, the whole world. And I walked through the house, and for some reason, I thought my aunt from Virginia was visiting. I think she was at the time. And I'm like, hello, anybody home? And nobody's home. And I don't, and I'm not noticing anything. And I get all the way to the back of the house, and I don't know, I saw something knocked over or something, but it took going through the whole house and seeing something knocked over to realize, oh my God, somebody's been in here and broke in. And all of a sudden, you see everything's gone and stuff out of place. And just, when that just hits you, I can't explain it. I mean, it is just the most god awful feeling in the world to know that somebody has been in your home through all your personal items, everything, and took whatever they wanted. So it never leaves you. It never leaves you. So, but
sorry, I walked away. I had to go in the other room for a minute.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. So I think my brother might be in listening. I want to give a shout out to my brother Matt if he's listening. And if you want to come up on panel, you're more than welcome to say hi. I don't know if you would or not. So he lives in the Carolinas, and when we go up to Arlington in December, I'm hoping maybe on the way back I can stop and visit him. We'll see. So, but I'm sorry, Patty, you were talking about when it happened to you.
Oh yeah. It's been like 5 years. I was in the shower, and at the time I had one dog here, and it was my oldest chocolate lab who had bone cancer at the time, and he just barked really strange. And so I came out, and I saw someone in my kitchen. He had come through the dog door actually, and I knew there was no way. I couldn't get to the front door. I couldn't get to my phone. There was only one way out, and that was to go back down the hall and out a window. But everything was so quiet that
look at the baby.
I thought I was going to get get heard, which I was. And I'll make a long story short. We met in my entryway and had a scuffle. And I got the door open and was able to push. He was off balance and pushed him out. And I got my phone, and it was like the police were here in a matter of minutes. I mean, it was a matter of minutes. This whole neighborhood was sectioned off, and but he got away. But about 2 months later, I got a call. Well, they brought the crime scene people and everything here because what he had done is come in my dog door, and he saw my dog's medicine. He didn't know it was my dog's on the counter, and that's what he was doing, is filling his pockets with my dog's meds. Some of them were narcotics, but anyway, they did take the fingerprints, and about 2 months later, I got a call. He was arrested in Tampa, and through those fingerprints, he was linked to a home invasion here in my county in northern Florida. So they extradited him back, and he received 11 years. It's so funny you bring this up because yesterday I got a notice, this victim advocacy. He's within 90 days of being released after serving 5 years. So, yeah. So, the second time, and I'm in a really nice neighborhood where I live, but the second time I got a gun after that happened to me. The second time, someone came through my sliding glass door. I had 5 dogs here. No, 7 dogs here. 5 of them were foster dogs. I'm talking big dogs. And someone walked through my sliding glass door, and the dogs took off and held him against the fence outside while I called the police. And anyway, they brought the police dogs and everything, and they captured him. Well, he ran at first, but they captured him, okay? So they took him to jail. Well, they let him out on bond. And he came back.
What?
He came back.
No way.
He came back. But now I've got this gun, okay? And I've got all these dogs.
I've got this gun.
I got this gun. And, okay, and I got this gun, and it's got this laser, this green laser on it. So there's this glass thing on my door. I could see him, and he was going, let me in my house. You know, like crazy. So I'm on the phone with 911. I've got this little bead on him, and I'm telling him my door is coming down. My door is coming down. They said, you have to do what you have to do. What I didn't realize was with this gun, you know, that laser, that's, you know how dogs love that?
Oh, no. Don't tell me.
And so they're all jumping at this laser. I mean,
oh, no.
So, but my door was about to come down. Well, anyways, it took 5 police officers to take him down. He was that strung out on drugs, you know.
I bet you that was bath salts. What year was that?
It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
The last one was 2 years ago.
Yeah. There's what do they call that? There's bath salts, but not crocodile. There's something new out there, and I actually read about it a couple weeks ago, and it's like PCP times 10 or something horrible.
I don't know, but this one thought he lived here, and he was from another county, so I don't know, but I don't know. It's like I can't believe lightning would strike twice, but yeah.
Right. Well, I've in the last 2 years, I've watched like people filming where strangers have come in, like drunk college kids kind of thing. But these people come in and they think it's their home. There's quite a bit of that I've noticed. It's really odd.
Yeah, it's something I was never afraid of. After the first time, I thought I was going to have to move because it was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying.
It is very, very.
So I feel okay about it now, though. You know. I mean, I'm more cautious, I guess. You know, like I lock up things and. But yeah, but I do have a really big dog door. But now I've got bigger dogs and meaner dogs. So.
Right, right. Well,
So
yeah, that's what I like about having a dog is, anytime somebody's nearby or knocks on the door, because without my hearing aids, I can't hear anybody knocking on the door. So that's kind of what has me amped up about, the possibility of getting doxxed is if anybody ever wanted to swat me, um, I stand a really good chance of getting shot, in my opinion, without being over dramatic. I don't hear them knocking on the door, so unless they're trying to break the door down, I'm not going to hear them. So that's what comes to my mind, as far as not being able to hear.
yeah, I got my Malinois after all this happened, and I feel really safe with her. So
Hmm.
more
Yeah.
so probably than a gun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you've trained them, you've trained them and they'll protect you. So, yeah, I'm fine with, a loaded gun in every room in the house. I'm not like in fear or anything like that because I know I can get to them if I need to. But yeah, it always stays with you. But one thing I noticed though, for some reason, I don't know why, it's not as bad anymore, but I know for at least a good 10 years, I became scared of the dark after the house was broken into. I can't connect it. I don't know why, but I was absolutely mortified of the dark. I noticed. But now I think I'm fine with it now. But, if you stuck me out in a field with no phone, no flashlight, anything, I would go into a full blown panic attack. And so, yeah, Gold Star, have a good night. Thank you for coming up. Gar- you had your garden gnome stolen. Do you remember years ago there was somebody who stole a garden gnome and traveled the world with it and posted pictures on Facebook? Do you remember that, Patty?
I do. I
That
do.
was the most hilarious thing I think I've ever seen. Now I wonder, did they really do it or did they Photoshop it? That was funny. The gnome traveled the world. I tell you, I went to Amsterdam in England back in '04, and I bought some very nice Swarovski crystal and some like cat Swarovski figurines, and I got them from the Swarovski store. And I thought to pack them in my carry-on bag, but I went ahead and put them in my suitcase. And those bastards at the airport went through my shit and stole every one of them. In trying to think the name of the airport in between. I have to think of it. Brain part. But I want to say Midlands Airport. I can't remember now. But yeah, when I got home, they were gone. So anytime you travel, put it in anything valuable. Keep it in your carry-on. So, well, where's Miss Robin tonight? I
Um,
text.
she said there was a storm or something. She's out of the internet,
Oh, okay, okay,
so
yeah. I
she
text her.
couldn't get on the internet.
Text back or anything. Does anybody want to come up on panel? I really want to hear people's opinions on, how they're feeling with all this drama going on this week. I know people really like expressing how they feel and opinions and stuff. So I always want to give people a chance to come up and say what they think and what they feel. I know I was talking earlier, Voices had got on Country Joe's live, and she was talking about you can't sue people that for money, people that are on disability. Well, yeah, we know that. And Noodle's not suing for money. She just
Yeah,
wants her to stop.
and I think that is a state by state thing because in my state you can. And this person that I went up against was on disability, and I had the opportunity to sue. Um, like for legal consultation and things like that, but I didn't, because I didn't pay for it to begin with. The consultation I had, but I think that's a
Yeah,
I think that's a state by state thing.
right. I think so too.
I mean, but she, she gets PayPal, she sells her crap, so those are not protected under her disability. And I hate to say it, but from what Noodle's gone through, I could care less. I mean, if I could care less if they took her disability. I'm just to that
Right,
point.
right.
No.
Yeah,
I
I
care
feel
less.
mean saying it. I feel mean saying it, but I mean, she's just taken it to that extreme, to that point, And if somebody wants to push, 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 well, you know what? We're all held accountable for our actions. She's been given a fucking free pass, and somebody's always taking her back every time, and everybody's had enough. They've
This has
said
been
enough is enough.
this has been a big gain to Mrs. Portland, and
Yeah,
that's why I think I have zero empathy left. I could give a damn if you live under a bridge after this,
exactly.
because people have
Exactly.
gone under after Noodle for all these months,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I just don't give a damn. I really,
I'm
really
right
don't.
there
This
with
has
you.
been a big joke to you. You have laughed
Mhm.
about it. You have made these lies get bigger and bigger. You have affected
Yes.
everybody in Noodle's community that care and love her.
Yep.
And I'm telling you what, this has affected me really, really deeply. Not only because I do care so much about Noodle, but
Yeah.
because of having those kind of lies said about you, and
Right.
people going after you thinking they're true. It's a horrible, horrible feeling to have to defend yourself against something you have not done. And Noodle's still being kind and trying to encourage
Yeah.
her. And I'm not up there on that level with Noodle. I don't give a damn. I really just don't.
Right.
Miss
Right.
Portland, you need to be told by a judge to just get off social media, because we can't tell her. She's not going to listen to us. I don't care anymore. I don't care if you lose everything, Mrs. Portland. I just don't care. I'm so angry for what you have done. I don't care.
I mean, I
I
hate
just
to say
don't
it,
care.
but I
Go live
agree
in a
with
shelter. Just go live in a shelter. Do
you.
something.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Well, you just you have to face consequences for your actions.
And she's been
If
entitled,
you
and this is a way of life for her for 55 years now.
yeah,
She doesn't have any idea what it's like to struggle. She just
no,
doesn't,
she
because
doesn't.
she's never
She
had to
doesn't.
do it.
Never had to
And
do it.
and
Nope.
this is her everyday game of playing with someone's life, and I'm sick of her. I don't care what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sick of her
I don't
too.
care.
I'm sick of her too. And, she talks about, oh, she's in touch with Social Security every month on how much money she can make and stuff. I can assure you that all that that 490 and the Cash App and all that, I know she's got to be in violation of her income limits. And,
Oh, she has
she's
scammed the
pissing off
whole
enough.
state of Oregon with
Oh,
all her
yeah.
whining.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
why I don't care. Walter and Kelly can go live in a shelter
oh,
for all I care.
exactly.
I
Yeah, they need to
don't
start.
care.
They need to start checking out their local nursing homes, because people are so pissed off that there's rumor mill is saying they're going all out. They're not holding back, and if she gets audited, I can't say that she's still going to have her benefits. She has no idea what she's done to herself. She has done all of this by her own two hands. And I don't think disability is gonna be okay with what they pull up financially, personally. But I mean, that's not my business. It's not for me to worry about. But Miss Portland better be on her P's and Q's. That's all I gotta say.
I don't think anything's going to happen to her as far as, monetarily or losing anything like that, because she's got a lot of years of practice of this. She is.
Well, if she makes too much enough, they'll cut her right off. They'll cut her benefits.
Well,
No,
they don't follow you around like that.
no,
No.
yeah.
People have PayPals and get thousands a month. They don't follow you around like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I mean, I don't wish bad on her. I don't. I just, like you said, I don't give a rat's ass anymore.
No, I don't.
Could you use Natasha went crying because your kid?
What's that?
That's Robin.
Hello, y'all.
Hey, my love. How are
I
you?
finally, I finally have internet again.
Yay. I've been crying for you for the last hour, 45 minutes. Where's my Robin? Where's my Robin?
Oh,
Hey, I'm gonna jump down for a minute. I'll be
you
listening.
had wonderful people
Oh,
up there on panel. I didn't need to be there.
yeah. Okay, Patty.
Well,
Well, how
where'd
are
you
you?
go?
How are you doing, Miss Robin?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good, good. Yeah, we just been chit chatting, I think, just venting how we feel about things and the noodle, poor noodle. I mean, my whole thing is this picking sides. I don't pick sides. One thing that I hope people notice about me is, I'm trying not to pick sides. I'm kind of a hypocrite when I say that because I'm anti Portland, but she kind of makes it that way for everybody. But just because one creator doesn't like another person, unless they've, really hurt them or bash them, no, I'll talk to them. But, I don't ever want to pick sides, if that makes sense. But as far as Noodle Mash, anybody who bashes on her, no, I'm not going to have anything to do with them.
Well, it would just be so much simpler. And this is going to sound like a Pollyanna comment, but I wish people would try to get along. If you don't like somebody, fine. Don't
Yeah,
watch them. Don't go to their chat. Don't talk about them. Be done.
exactly. Exactly.
And if I'm on YouTube and I want to watch something and I see one or two people in chat that I don't particularly care for, I'm not saying I don't like them or I hate them. I just won't watch.
Right. Right. It's not that hard to just be a normal person and be a good person. You know, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Honest to God, I can't lie. I can't steal. I can't talk trash about people. Honest to God, that shit will keep me up and eat my ass alive. I've just always been that way. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything and I'll tell you. And that was one of the things that I wanted to do when I started the channel was, along the way share some of my stories, and hopefully, if one person, learned from them or did something different for the better, then it, kind of makes it worth it. But I think just standing up for what's right is the normal thing to do. And for somebody to come along and just think that they're queen of YouTube and lie and lie and lie and then turn around and bash every person who's honest to God, you know, almost killed themselves to help her. Look at Robbie. I mean, he went into a literal meltdown because of Portland. At what cost? At her being a friend, at what cost? She's expensive. You know, Robbie was one of the best friends to her. And look at what she did to him. She put him through hell.
Can I
You know,
read something that I think would help some of you too?
sure.
Being rude is easy. It does not take any effort and is a sign of weakness and insecurity. Kindness shows great self discipline and strong self esteem. Being kind is not always easy when dealing with rude people. Kindness is a sign of a person who has done a lot of personal work and has come to a great self understanding and wisdom. Choose to be kind over being right, and you'll be right every time because kindness is a sense of strength.
I like that. I like that.
That is my new motto.
There you go. I like that. I need you to email that or text that to
I
me.
will.
I'll make
I
that a community post. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
something to me that is so true
It
because
is.
humans, we're not, programmed to be mean and hateful. There are some
Right.
people who are. Yes,
Hmm.
I'll give you that.
Right.
But as a
Right.
whole, we let outside influences make us mad, make us
Hmm.
say things we don't mean. Wouldn't it be easier just to say, you're right, and go on about your business, and don't stir up all this turmoil? And I cannot believe that one person has created this months and months of turmoil.
I know.
I just
I
don't
know.
understand it.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what, she does it. She does it good. Whatever she sets her mind to, she does it good. I'll say that. If she would take that strength, that determination, and use it in a good way, my
Oh
God.
my God, there is no
Yeah,
telling what she could do.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, she could make a world of a difference. Hmm. It's corn. Oh, sorry. Ow! I spilled my hot chocolate on me. Ow. um, it's corny, but it doesn't cost anything to be nice. It doesn't cost anything to smile.
Well, my little Southern grandmother told me growing up that it takes more muscles to frown than it does
Yes.
to
Yeah,
smile.
it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, one thing I've noticed, I'm a big stickler on, and I try to mention it here and there, is um, and I've talked about it before. When you text people and you email them, and you see a lot of riffraff get started by comments are made. And a perfect example is this morning, Granny made a comment of um people, it was something to the effect of not poking at Portland through a third party. And I knew what she was saying. And I said, yeah, I'm not doing that, but I'm here for support. And other people took it the wrong way, but I knew what she was saying. And she came back and she says, no, I didn't mean it like that. And I said, yeah, I know. But you see a lot of um arguments start because of comments.
Well,
And
it's hard to see in a text message or a comment the context in which
right,
somebody has
exactly.
delivered it.
Exactly. There's no tone or attitude to go with the words to show intention. And
Exactly.
unfortunately, from what I've seen is, um, yeah, we're not programmed, in a bad way. But when it comes to words, people always take it wrong the first time. That's why if I'm not sure about a comment, that's like when Irvin made that comment, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but I was like, hey, come up and explain, because I didn't want to take him wrong. So I always take a breath and will read a comment a good 2 or 3 times and really try to think it through before I respond back if I'm not sure where they're going with it. Because I know people take things the wrong way immediately.
YouTube is a big place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm being the Pollyanna of the group. But why can't we just get along?
Exactly.
And make it enjoyable for everybody?
Yeah, it's something hard. Something hard. I mean, are we so bored that we need somebody like Portland to entertain us? I mean, sometimes I wonder that. I'm like, is everybody just tired of the normal 9 to 5 routine? Go to work, come home, cook dinner, go to bed? Are they just so bored with it that they want to cause strife and excitement because they're bored? I really think so. Sometimes I really do think so, that they're subconsciously doing that. Portland's so unhappy with her own life that she has to make others miserable.
And she could just find her niche. And if it's crafting, great. But the drama sphere is a little, you got to have alligator hide skin.
Yeah, you do. You do. You do. Chad's
And
talking
it's like,
about.
I have had issues with a creator, and when I sent the email, I certainly did not mean it in a preachy, trolling, snotty way.
Right.
And if you want to get mad and scream at me, that's fine. And I'm one of these, if I did something wrong, point it out. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to say, hey, I'm sorry. And if
Right.
that doesn't work, you're going to turn around and go your direction, and I'm going to turn around and go mine, and never shall the two cross again.
Right. Right. You're just talking about superstitions. Can I tell you something that my husband told me? I have never in my life heard it before or since, other than him telling me. And it's old wives' tales. Oh, and I gotta tell you about my son in a second. But he said, you never. I told him it's an Indiana thing because I've never in my life. He said you don't garden, but especially you don't plant tomatoes when a woman is on her monthly, or they won't grow. Have you ever heard that?
Honey, I'm from the country, and I've never heard that wives' tale.
Exactly. I knew you would know. I said that's an Indiana thing. I've never once. That's like when I make chili, I have to make elbow macaroni. He eats elbow macaroni with his chili. Never in my life. Now rice, yeah, that's a Louisiana gumbo thing. But macaroni, never known anybody else to do it but him.
I have heard of that, but I've never done that.
It's actually not bad, but I like rice better. But I got to tell you, with my son, this wives' tale. We were in Florida, and I was pregnant with my son. And from 4 months on, I had that preeclampsia, and I was sicker than a dog. And when I was pregnant with Gabby, you could hardly tell that I was pregnant. And my first pregnancy, second, excuse me, and you could hardly tell. But with Logan, I was an absolute watermelon. I put so much weight on, and I had so much water weight. I was sicker than a dog. But while I was pregnant, there was an issue that came up with my mom. And I've mentioned, my mom had been in a nursing home for about 24 years. And long story short, she had the capability of leaving the nursing home and, quote, trying to be out on her own, which couldn't happen. And it in her mind, as messed up as she was, she thought she could do that. And it was a situation where they could not stop her. They had ruled her competent. She could tell you what day it was and who the president was, but she was a couple fries short of a Happy Meal, in the most polite way I could say that. And we honestly thought that she was going to check out of that nursing home. And when I had my insurance office, the lady there, Annette, my secretary, she told me, if you get stressed out while pregnant, it will mark the baby. The baby will have a birthmark. And I said, no, no way, no way. Well, I ended up in the hospital for 2 days going into contractions because she had stressed me out so much, because she was packing up, getting ready to leave that nursing home. And I ended up in the hospital. And do you know, I'll have to think of how far along I was. I was probably like 5 or 6 months along at that point. And when my son was born, do you know he has the biggest kidney-shaped birthmark on his stomach, on the side of his stomach, clear as day, and he still got it today. That blew my mind. Anybody
I've
else?
never heard that either.
I haven't either, but oh my God, it's true. Gabby's got a tiny little strawberry birthmark. I have a tiny little strawberry birthmark, but you can only see it like when I get hot, out in the sun and stuff. But yeah, I mean, he's got a big old circle birthmark, clear as day. It's faded a little bit, but it's there. I've never in my life heard that. It still blows my mind. So, all right. Well, I try to keep it to around the 2-hour mark.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just like keeping it relaxed, chilling out, whatnot. Let everybody say what they want to say.
Well, I want to say hello to chat. I can't see it or read it, so I just wanted to say hello to them.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm getting better at reading chat while talking. And this week, the next couple days, I'm going to work on learning how to share my screen
Okay.
because, yeah, there's several things that I want to bring up. Oh, the last thing I want to say is I know we were talking about Portland and this scam of asking for $5,000 and stuff. We said, oh, your uncle's paying for it. So she shot herself in the foot by saying, I'm almost done. I'm coming in. The tablet went out. Husband's wanting his phone. My tablet glitched out earlier and it wouldn't go back online, even with the hotspot. So I had to grab my husband's phone while he was sleeping. And it came
Well,
looking
you better
for it.
get you better
Yeah,
give him that phone back.
yeah, right. I know. Don't tell him take his phone. My God. But we were just saying she shoots herself in the foot. She says her uncle's going to foot the whole bill, or he's going to arrange a lawyer. So why do you need to raise $5,000 if he's going to foot the whole bill? And then she talks about wanting transportation cost and all of that hoopla. Well, you can Zoom call. So there's no need for any money whatsoever. And I know she's got 2 or 3 dedicated supporters that are moderators for her. I don't know if they still support her or not, but the point I was trying to make, my husband threw it out when he opened the door. I can't remember what the point of my story was. I can't remember now. Oh, for goodness sakes. My mind's just totally gone blank. But whatever money she's asking for, um, misplaced mama, I know it. I know it. Mine is too. But whatever money she's asking for, there's no need for it. And Natasha's her friend. Well, as politely as I can say, Natasha's got ways of raising money every week. If Portland needs money, then Natasha can help her out. She's good at fundraising. So, but she can Zoom call. She can go in person or she can Zoom call. So I don't see any need for any money.
Well, Zoom call was how they did everything during the pandemic.
Yeah, there's somebody said in chat, yes, that is how they do it. You can attend in person, but you have the option of doing it Zoom. And the kind of court case this is, you don't need a lawyer. It's a small, simple, very simple court case. Noodle's going to show her evidence. Portland could just as well show her evidence. She doesn't need a lawyer to do that. It's almost like a small claims from what I can tell. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't know. But
See,
I'm trying to find a lawyer who is experienced with harassment and cease and desist to come on panel and answer any questions for us and clarify anything that's been said, because there's so many things out there being said. People are taking sides and whatnot. They're calling it a frivolous lawsuit and this, that, and the other. But as far as I know, and what Patty was saying, Patty had problems with somebody and they were ordered to stay offline. So I think Noodle's got a great case, and there's definitely benefit to doing what she's doing. The judge can order her to stay off of YouTube.
It never ever should have come to all of this. It should not have come to all of this.
Nope. Mm-mm. I've never seen one person rattle a social media platform like this woman has. Never have I ever.
I always thought with a cease and desist that was okay. I'm going to use you as an example.
Okay.
I send you a cease and desist, and if you honor it, it goes no further. If you keep on, that is a precursor to me taking you to court. Is that correct?
Yes, okay. You're right. And she didn't stop with the cease and desist. She gave her 48 hours. And she intentionally went over the 48 hours saying, your shit's not legit. She kept saying it's not worth the paper it's wrote on. Well, it was notarized, and because Portland filmed that she received it, that validated it right there. She shot herself in her foot again by saying she received it. She should have kept her damn mouth shut. And as long as you send a
See,
certified mail,
I can't really comment on anything legal because I
right,
just don't have the background.
right, yeah,
So
I don't
I'm
want
not
to
going to say anything that might be wrong information.
They're sending her makeup? No way. Come on. You know how much makeup she has just from last Christmas? Him and Crafton sent her a whole box of makeup. And she gets BoxyCharm every damn month. For somebody who's struggling, I can't even afford BoxyCharm makeup every month. And she's got a damn subscription to it. Really? Oh my
Scratchy
God.
cat.
What the hell is she going to do with makeup other than eat it again? God, because Lord knows we know she ate it when she put that one picture up 6 months ago. Robin, that poo picture.
I never saw it. I just heard
Oh,
about
thank
it.
God you didn't. It was blue at the end. It's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it, but it looked like she ate her makeup. I'll put it that way. The running joke was she ate her makeup. They need to send her like learning modules of how to put it on. Hey, I'm no makeup artist myself. I'm no artiste one bit. But you know, I don't even.
Honey, you're talking to somebody that her idea of putting on makeup is putting on lipstick and rolling out the door.
Exactly,
I don't wear
exactly.
makeup.
Yeah, I put some like face lotion on and that's it, with a little bit of tint. Exactly, exactly.
I mean, I work outside, so do you think that makeup's going to last when it's 95 degrees outside? No, it'll be down on my shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Misplaced Mama says a judge can order her to stay off all social media. Right. And the worst part is, I was telling Patty, I said, you know, knowing Portland being the way she is, she would be the one to create a troll account and keep on under a troll name. You know it? I hope to God not, and I hate to say that out loud and give anybody ideas. But really, even if a judge ordered you to stay off social media, you know, you can create a troll account under any name you want. Prove it's them. You know, I
Ask
mean,
Misplaced Mama if there's like, can the judge do stay offline for 6 months? I mean, is there a time span or is it like permanent?
I don't know. I don't know. That's something Patty would be able to answer. But I'm gonna
See, I
keep.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep asking a couple different channel lawyers, you know, lawyers that have channels. I'm gonna reach out to a couple more and ask them to join us on panel. So, and I told them, you know, if they need to be compensated, I'll be more than glad to, you know, pay them for their time because I know lawyers don't have time. So, oh, and I don't have Auntie Side Eye still in chat, but I had told her, I reached out to Portland Andy because the only thing he told me was no, he didn't get a restraining order. And I think he was close to doing it, but he didn't. And he got him and his subs to troll her until she left. And I was saying, you know, we had her cornered the other day. I mean, we had her 90%, 95% cornered. And then boom, Natasha grabbed her and put us back to square one. But where we had her, we could have trolled her and got her gone. And Natasha ruined it. And Hooker ruined it. But my point is, dang it. Oh, so again, I'm trying to say three things at once. Dang it. I hate that.
Well,
Sorry.
do y'all, you and chat, think that it would do any good just to completely stop talking about her, period?
That's what I've always said from day one. Give her the attention she deserves. None. But somebody's always taken her back or she finds somebody new that doesn't know her history. That's always been the problem. She always finds someone to take her back. Everybody knows to ignore her, but she just always finds somebody. Oh, she threw out the makeup Kim Center. Oh my God. See, that's what makes people so angry is, all the love and money that people put into sending her, like especially with those coloring books and gel pens. She gets pissed off and the first thing she does is, oh, I'm giving everything to Goodwill. I don't know whether she did or not. Who was it? Amy sent her all like $200 worth of Mary Kay makeup, and she says she gave it all to Goodwill. Well, I doubt she did because she's such a fucking hoarder. That bedroom and all those Disney videos, my God, she doesn't throw anything away. But just to say it, she just hurts the worst possible way she can,
Well, I sat there with my mouth opened watching the video where she cut up the shirt from Lycan.
Oh, I know. That was a nice shirt. I did like that design with Starbuck on there. I love his cat.
Yeah.
She's an absolute doll baby. Absolute doll
Don't
baby.
be cutting up the cats.
Yeah, don't cut up cats. No
Leave
cat
the
cutting.
cats alone.
Leave the cats alone. You're right. Ugh.
But I mean, it did something to me, and I'm just a sub. But I'm sitting there watching somebody that had taken the time and enough thought to mail her a T-shirt. He didn't have to do that.
Exactly.
And he did it. And then I don't know. I'm just not used to.
And those shirts are expensive. When I looked, they were like $30. I can't even afford one. I would love to have a shirt with Starbuck on it, but I don't have $30 for a shirt. That's what makes me mad. Is a lot of people want to. Yeah, a lot of people want to buy merch, but they don't have the money.
But I am going to buy me a Starbuck keychain.
Yeah. Awesome.
They're just too cute.
Yeah. Oh, well, tomorrow at 1:00, we're having a mediation meeting. I don't know if you heard it in the beginning or not, but Lycan is playing referee or whatever to try to arrange a mediation, whatever agreement for me and Robbie, try to come to a truce. So, and I'll leave it at that.
I wish it would happen. I wish everybody could.
Well, I wish it would too. I wish it would too. But I don't want to go on about it. It's not the time and the place for it. But for God's sake, just Saturday, he fucking hacked in under my account under June's name, knowing she had a ranch, and blocked everybody. I mean, that's not an attempt at mediation or a truce. Come on. But I'll give him a chance. We'll see what happens. Look, I'm as open-minded and as easygoing as can be. Anybody asks me anything, okay, and I'm not unreasonable. I'm one of the most reasonable people you can ever work with. I'm always willing to give somebody a chance. And that, as far as Portland, everybody's given her a million chances. And it's only just now she's just blown it 100%. Nobody's willing to give her a chance at all ever again. But I forget who said it in chat. But I think, yeah, that's probably a good idea to just not talk about her at all. And I'm willing to definitely try that. So maybe for the next couple of weeks, we can find something else to talk about. And just not talk about Portland at all. I'm all for it.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, had I had a channel this week, I would have done a couple of lives covering Queen Elizabeth. Because I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
But for me, and I'm 59 years old, she has always been around.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a strange.
It is odd.
Feeling.
Yeah. I was 7 when Diana and Charles got married. I remember it like yesterday, watching it on TV. And then I went to see my grandmother in England when I was 9 or 10. So, and I've been to Buckingham Palace. I've been to London. So, yeah.
Well, when Charles and Diana married, I was living in Germany at the time, and I was in Stuttgart. And I remember watching it on the TV, and the one military station didn't carry it, so I tried to watch it in German. I'm from South Alabama. Do you think I can speak good German? I have enough to be able to order, ask how much it costs, and where's the bathroom.
Yeah, right.
So that was just a part of my life, and it's gone now.
Right, right. Yeah, I
You
will say
know,
it definitely does feel different. It is odd. It is odd because, yeah, I mean, she's always been in the news throughout the year. You know, there's always been some reference to England in one way or another. So, yeah, I totally get it.
but there's too
Should have
many
live
other
streamed.
current things going on to just keep
I
all
probably,
the arguing and back and forth. It's time for that to go away.
yeah, I agree. Well, I know, the California case with the West Boys. You remember that? Orrin and
Yes, and
Orson
it breaks
West.
my heart.
I know it.
Yeah.
Well, they had their trial postponed to, I don't know if anyone in chat knows, was it September, October? But it was postponed, and I made a point that I was going to figure out how to do the share screen deal, and I'm going to live stream the trial from day one on. That, I think.
Now, will you be able to do that without getting in trouble? Because I didn't Jay for Justice get in some trouble over the Gabby Petito case.
I don't know, but I'll find out.
I think
I know people said live streaming other videos on their live stream was enough of a change to not violate the fair use copyright
fair use.
laws.
Well, I
And
just remember something about Jay got some correspondence from WFLA saying that she had used their footage or whatever without express permission. So I just wanted to throw that out there
yeah,
and
no, I'm
check
glad
into
you
that
did.
before.
I'm glad you did. Let's see, who was it? I know some of the channels live streamed the Johnny Depp case. And I'll read. There's one fellow that I know. He
Okay.
he live streamed the Johnny Depp case, and I'm subscribed to him. I'll shoot him an email and ask him. So I would ask Jay, but I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to get a wrong answer, and I'll say it that way. I don't want to get a wrong
Yeah.
answer. So I'm gonna ask this fellow that I know. So yeah, Diana, man, I tell you what, all the time. Yeah, you see things, and I think of her. Diana really was the people's princess. She really was. She really was. And I always struggle with, was she killed or not? She had just finished writing that letter saying if anything happened to her, it was brake failure. She said Charles wanted her dead.
I
And
want
then,
you to look at some footage because the car that they leave out of that hotel and restaurant and get into,
uh-huh,
you see them drive away.
uh-huh,
When you see pictures after the wreck,
uh-huh,
after they got Diana out, that
uh-huh.
car had a different license plate on the back of it.
Really? Really? Well, I know they found the white car that was, like, I guess, involved in helping cause the crash. And I watched a documentary. They actually found that car, and they had gotten a new tag, and they had spray painted the car. But they actually found the person that helped cause the wreck. But I don't think anything was ever done, though, as far as criminal charges or anything like that. I mean, it was an
Well, see,
accident. He was
that was
speeding, and he was drunk.
one of the big things that bothered me way back when she died, you saw those clips, and I'm one of these, I pay attention to weird things. And the license plate on the Mercedes that they got into, and then the license plate of the Mercedes they show that's supposedly the wrecked car
Mm-hmm.
had a different license plate.
Thank
Numbers
you,
are different.
Irish Twin. Have a good night, Irish Twin. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna have to go find that and see that myself.
Go look at it.
Now you're
It
gonna make me
stopped
make a
my
video about it.
tracks.
Well, that's a great idea for a video or a live stream. You know, if I can just stop long enough to learn how to share my screen, we could have a great live covering that. So, all right. Well, if you don't mind, Miss Robin, I'm gonna wrap it up. Husband's in there hollering.
Sounds good.
So,
Well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.
all right. Bye, Robin. I'll talk to you later. So,
All right, bye.
bye. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the live. And thank you to all my wonderful mods. You do a great job. I couldn't do it without you guys. So, if anybody has anything else they want to say, I'll wrap it up. Oh, they change cars before leaving the hotel. Okay, great, nice. All right. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful night. And any suggestions for a live stream? Let's make a point. We're not going to talk about Portland, so let's come up with something else we can do a live stream on, eh? I think that's a good idea. I think something learning-wise, something we can all learn from. And then I know we just passed the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. I know Robin had some info on Katrina that really never made it out to the news. That was quite exciting to cover. Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever show if it was an accident or intentional. But all right, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. I got 5% left on the husband's phone, so I don't know when the next live is, but I will talk to all of you soon. Have a great night.